Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm just a casual sim racer, and today I'm going to be running a race in iRacing. I've done one other video on iRacing with the LA Coliseum, but I typically don't show off my iRacing stuff. It's kind of just my, kind of like also when I do Formula 1, the Codemaster series. Both those series are kind of just my personal fun racing experiences, in a sense. So I mostly just do it for myself, my own enjoyment, and I don't try to put on YouTube or anything like that. It's kind of nice to have those sims that you can escape to. Well, anyways, I'm doing this as a voiceover, so I'm doing this after the fact, after I've already done the race. This is just a replay, and I'm only doing this because this race turned out to be one of my craziest wins and one of my best races. I was outpaced by these top cars during qualifying, but it was kind of in a gap where I knew I was faster than most of the cars on the grid, but the top 3 cars on the grid were half a second quicker than me. I was about a half a second quicker than the rest of the grid. And so my whole goal was to just hang with these cars. That's what I'm going to try to do here, is run as well as I can and keep up with them. And so this is the race that I run, and really quite an exciting race, I think, and so I wanted to post it and just have something I can put up on YouTube. And I know some of you might appreciate some iRacing content and some oval racing content, so, and also I have been asked before for some online racing, so I decided I might as well put up this video. So anyways, right now we're in 3rd and we're battling. This is USA International Speedway, short track, half mile I believe, maybe just a 0.6 mile. So try to run here, figure out my high line. This is one of probably the second time around. I've only had iRacing, well, I've had iRacing for a longer time, but I didn't do a lot of oval stuff until about within the last year or so. And I've really enjoyed it. I've actually gotten quite good at it. I've gotten numerous wins, and it's a lot of fun. I mostly race at the rookies, even though I'm not a rookie anymore, just because I like the short time stints. The other races tend to get really long, and unless it's like a weekend and I really got a lot of free time, I tend to stay away from them. Another thing too is with iRacing, even when you're in the cleaner category, someone might ruin your day, because you know, even if they got a higher safety rating in iRacing, they might just punt you because it's a +4, and it honestly at the end of the day, as long as they run the rest of the race clean, it won't hurt them. So even at the higher safety level ratings, you can have a long race spoiled near the end of it or even in the middle of it, and then it kind of ruins your day, at least for me. So another reason I stick to the rookie classes. Alright, you can see I've been figuring out a groove here, coming in and catching the second place. But as you'll see, I think I begin to drop off a little bit more later on, because I start burning my tires up. So I'm hanging with them and I caught them, but there's a point that I decide, you know what, I'm going to start having to back off and save my tires a little bit. We got some run. We're in the draft, which is helping us keep up with these cars who, as in qualifying, are faster than me on pure pace. The leader's definitely not got the best internet connection, disappearing in and out, but we're not going to let that stop us. Alright, see, send it in, coming real high, send it in low, really hug that yellow line. Even a tire a little bit below it ain't necessarily a bad way to take the corner. Definitely found that the turns 1 and 2, at least for me, were more difficult than the turns 3 and 4. And of course, iRacing is the best oval racing simulator that exists. So if you're really big into oval racing, this is really the only option that's legitimate for oval racing. There's all the flags and really good physics and models the tracks and impeccably. Really run that line right here, just and then I got loose. Definitely can see that I was losing some time here. See, I've almost dropped back a third, a quarter of the straightaway. And this is where I think I was really noticing my tires being burnt up and doing my best to stay up with the... Try to figure out another line. Try to fantasy right there. I'm just scrubbing as I enter. It's just not... I'm not saving myself. So at this point I kind of was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to catch them and pass them unless I have some fresher tires than them. So let's try to be more gentle than they are, because I've probably been more rough than they have been. If I'm gentle for most of the race, we're about a third of the way through. If I can save my tires for the next third more than they have, I can probably catch them, maybe even pass them a tower. And if I continue to save into the next a little bit longer than that, perhaps I can have good enough rubber that the last 10% of this race, the last couple of laps, I can close in, get on their bumper, and try to make a move or something. Of course, we're also probably going to catch lap traffic here. So that was my thoughts when I was running this. Really trying to be smooth, turn the wheel a little bit less, a little bit easier on the throttle, just trying to save these tires as I'm, preparing for later on the race. So that's one thing I like about iRacing. I know back when I used to do iRacing a while back, a couple years ago, the tires are pretty bad, the model, but I have to say the last couple of tire updates have really made iRacing's tire model as good as pretty much anything out there. Maybe R Factor 2 would be the only one that you could say has a superior tire model anymore. And I'm not going to say these things are like better, I'm just saying they're as good as, like I said, of course, a Competizione, Automobilista 2, I mean, probably better than Automobilista 2, I don't know. It seems weird, I don't quite know where the inconsistencies in AMS2 come from. Perhaps the tire model, I'm not sure. It's always the hardest part to simulate on any simulator, any racing, is the tire model. And in a lot of sims for a long time they used the 1-point tire model in Assetto Corsa, but of course that has so many flaws it's outrageous. Just the nature of a tire, it's not 1 point, it's very dynamic. Alright, so we're coming through here. We're starting to gain a bit while still being smooth. The top two cars looks like they might start battling. I'd love it if 3 started pushing 6 a lot harder here. And we're also starting to catch lap traffic, so that's definitely going to play a factor in this race. Yeah, definitely going to be in the slipstream at this point. Coming down the line here, trying my best to, like I said, just save the tires, stay in the draft. Be interesting. Don't want to, when you're reaching lap traffic, it's one of those things. iRacing, it can be really chill. People can pull over for you, or they can fight you tooth and nail. It's really quite interesting. I actually don't mind people who fight me hard, but fight me clean. It's all game on. Problem with rookies, though, sometimes you'll end up with that guy that he just turns in on you because he loses it off the corner. It's not his fault or nothing. It's just what it is. And you just got to learn to live with it. Now, I would say when you make it about the halfway through the race, most of the terrible guys who just cannot control their car, they've either DNQ'd themselves with too many penalty points, or they've damaged their car to the point they're spending most of the race in the pits, or they're essentially their pit repair time has exceeded the length of the race, so you won't see them anymore. Yeah, I'm really catching them right here. I feel like right now, maybe already, I mean, we're over halfway through the race, and I already feel like I'm, at least my tires are at least as good now, so I think I've caught them back up. Alright, let's see what happens here. We got the 2 and the 14 lap traffic. Alright, the leader is going to dive up the inside of the 14. We're going to follow the number 3. Definitely a chill lap car there. So see, he let us all by. Let's see how the number 2 handles this now. Real nice for me. I'm just chilling right now. Really easy on the throttle. There's no need to make a move for a pass. I'm just viewing this not as an opportunity to make a move for this lap traffic. I'm viewing this as an opportunity to save my tires even further, to really just kind of be easy on the car. Yep, see, the 2's holding his line. He's not going to let him pass, so... Oh, got a little loose. Coming up on the numbers 3. I don't know if there's going to be an opportunity here. Oh, the 6 is up high. 3's going to go under. I'm going to follow the 3. The low line is the fast line around this USA International Speedway. But we do have the lap traffic on the inside. Stick it here. Got another car spin on the inside. And number 3's complete the pass. Slid up high. Number 6 dives in front of me. Would have liked to have slid, gotten past the number 6 there. But we'll see how this goes. Kind of all looking for an opportunity past number 2, who's fighting this really, really hard to stay on the lead lap. Alright, number 2 didn't have the greatest exit. Number 3 had a really good exit. I think he's going to get him on the high side. Nice move the way he completed that. That was really well done by him. Gonna try to get in their slipstream. Got 2-car slipstream here. 6 is definitely drifting through the corners. I definitely think they've burned up their tires a lot more trying to get past this lap traffic than I have, especially the 6. So I'm feeling pretty good about later in the race, as long as they don't trap me here. But I'm going to stay this high side. It seems like the 2 is letting... I mean, he's just running the low line, which is fair. All clean play to him. Alright, now we're going to get down, and we got the pass done. Oh, we got a wrecked car here. I think the number 6 got clipped maybe a little bit, but he's back ahead of us still, so it must not have been that bad. Alright, we're going to start winding down the laps here pretty soon. Definitely looking under the 6. I definitely feel like I got the better tires now than both of these guys, especially the 6. Oval racing and IRacing, it really is kind of like a oval management, or excuse me, oval management, tire management game a little bit. That's where the strategy is. You don't have pitting, you don't have a lot of other things, so really the key strategy is tire management. Not all tracks will be that emphasis, won't have that much result from being smart with your tire use, but USA International is definitely one of those that it does pay to be easy on the tires, especially if the guys ahead of you have been pushing it real hard. You can just kind of cruise around in their draft, and then you'll be able to take advantage. Like right there, we just really were able to take advantage of 6. It wasn't even really that hard. He just did not have the grip coming off the corners and things like that. Alright, so we're going to pull away from him. Sorry I don't have the rear view mirror. I know it's just the replay, so... But he just, remembering, he just fell off the pace and just was nowhere to be found by the end of the race near us. So it's going to be me and number 3 to the end of this race here. So at this point, I'm still just back to my original plan. I'm going to keep my tires easy and just cruise around, stay in the draft. Don't have to work the cars hard. Draft will keep me up with them, the leader. And then I'll try to make a move with about 2 laps to go or so. I tend to like to wait tracks like this where I feel like we're really close, especially if like I feel like we're pretty close, or I'm maybe even having disadvantage in terms of talent to the car ahead of me. Then what I like to do is wait closer to the end. If I feel like I'm superior in talent, then I want to get that move done sooner, because then I can get out that lead. And if something happens, I have that, space. But if I am not superior, if I'm even, or even if I am far behind the car that I'm fighting for the victory with, I do like to wait late in the race. I think, and one of the things, the best way to equalize the situation, if you can't equalize the situation in terms of your own talent and your own speed around the track, it's tires. So we're right on the bumper now. At this point, I'm kind of like, I'm going to really pressure him. And I'm going to see if I can force him into a mistake, because of course that would be the easiest way past. But I'm also ready now for those last 2 laps when I want to make my move. Easiest way to make a pass, though, is to have the car ahead of you make a mistake and just pass them real easy. But definitely number 3 seems cool under pressure. Only a handful more laps to go. Right on his bumper. Really letting him know we're here, and I'm gonna make a move. I mean, he has to know at this point what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for my moment. We got the 14 up here again. He's definitely just out here for safety rating. Oh, that was not the best corner. The final lap here. Went way too high. I wanted to go high, but so I'm gonna have to send it. And I'm just, oh my goodness, I'm just drifting it. I somehow saved it, and I'm gonna take the win. It's just ridiculous. Let's watch that again, the final lap here. So I wanted to take the high line, but I ended up going way too high. So like I wanted to have more speed down the straightaway so then I could send it into the corner, and I really just was too far back. So I was gonna stick my tire below the yellow line was the goal and hook myself, but I lost the rear more than I thought I was going to. But at the end of the day, number 3 had an issue of some sort, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have taken him up pure pace anyways, as you can see here. Up high, and then I'm going to come into this corner, and I think I would have taken him if he had taken the high line here, but yeah, just a crazy ending here, drifting across for the victory. So thought I'd like to show you this. Thought it was a pretty cool win. Thank you for stopping by. I hope each and every one of you has a fantastic rest of your week.